messages fly. KrazerKrew takes us to the sky. Got the headphones, mic in hand, energy high. He's in demand, catch the vibe. No need to wait. KrazerKrew, never second rate. Captain of the streams, master of dreams, geek of all trades, or so it seems. Game or chat, night or day, KrazerKrew, he leads the way.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the one and only GOAT, geek of all trades. My name is KrazerKrew. I am a Starship Captain VTuber from the future whose ship crash-landed in the past after encountering a temporal vortex. And since technology isn't good enough in the current timeline to fix up my ship and go home, I've made it my mission to watch the timeline and make sure everything goes according to plan. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I sincerely apologize for the late start. Hello, Angelic Wolf Erica. Welcome to the channel. Again, I sincerely apologize for the late start tonight. It's been chaos since I got in the door. Got home, went down to change. We found a mouse in our basement. One tiny little mouse. And so we escorted him out. And then made supper, and just as I'm about to get everything pulled up, the power went out in the entire neighborhood. So yeah, that's been fun. Hopefully the power doesn't go out while we stream, but that's all we can hope for. But I hope everybody else is having a good weekend. Or not weekend, excuse me. I'm so used to streaming on the weekends. I meant to say week. You haven't had cell phone service since 1 p.m. Oof. Yikes. Well, I hope it gets fixed for you. Now, as soon as the power went out, I'm like, great, how long is this going to be out? Am I going to have to cancel? If there's one thing I hate more than anything in streaming is when I really, I'm dead set on streaming and going live, and then something happens where I have to change plans. So, but thankfully it worked out. It wasn't down for very long. So, excuse me. We are live right now both on Twitch and on YouTube, as we always do. So, the Twitch folks can say hello to the YouTube folks and vice versa. Yeah, I read about that. IRL, I work in IT. I work in technology, so that was one of the things I noticed, because I like to keep up on what's going on. I noticed that there was a big outage with Verizon. Almost half the country is down right now. Hopefully they'll get it fixed for you. I am technically on T-Mobile now. I'm in the Midwest, where the big one of the big ones was US Cellular, and that's who we were under, but it's now T-Mobile, so we still get pretty decent service, at least. So yeah, I haven't really had a chance to update the schedule yet because I was going to stream yesterday, but I wasn't feeling all that great. I had a really bad headache, so I just went to bed and slept it off. But I am feeling much better today, at least. So tonight we are going back into the world of Eorzea. Or I think I can never remember. I never know if I'm pronouncing it right. Eorzea. That's right. We're going back in and doing some Final Fantasy XIV. Though not officially a part of our Ultimate Final Fantasy playlist, I'll play the music all the same. For those who don't know, my current project, which is going to take forever to do, is I'm going to play every numbered Final Fantasy in order. the online MMOs are not going to be included, unfortunately. Hold on, I want to make sure. Meld Studio, are you? Yes. Perfect. That's good. It'd be understandable if it was like, whoops, I forgot to send a payment in, but yeah, I know what it's like to be strapped for cash and be like, can I make this payment right now? But finances are always an ongoing battle. Some days it's like, I really don't want to do this anymore. It's like, anyway. But I'm sure it'll all work out for you. So. Yep. So I've been looking through today during lunch at work to see what I'm in for with Final Fantasy XIV. I played it once or twice here and there, but never got very far because I get bored of it after a while, especially when there's nobody to play it with. But I do intend to continue as far as I possibly can. I've seen a lot of people playing it, and I want to enjoy it myself as much as possible. So. Oh, goodness gracious. But it's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. That's a good thing, right? That's right. Excuse me. But I have also been working on a little something that I hope will make things a little bit better on the stream. I'm not going to go into details because I want to keep it as a surprise, but rest assured, it's something I've wanted to do for a while, and I'm finally getting around to it. Something I've wanted to learn how to do on my own, at least. But oh, let's see what's going on in the world right now. Other than all of the nonsense up in Minnesota, I'm not going to get into politics or anything like that. I thought there was something I'd seen that was big. I actually had a thought earlier on. So I grew up, one of the channels I used to watch when I was a kid growing up used to play old reruns of The Muppet Show from the 70s and 80s. And I know they're bringing it back, at least for one episode, possibly more, next month, in like 2 or 3 weeks. And I thought, if they go past one episode, wouldn't it be funny if one of the guests that they had was Jeff Dunham, which would be perfect because they'd have the chance to do the single funniest thing ever done on television. So if you've ever seen The Muppet Show, you guys probably remember the two old guys that sit in the theater box, Statler and Waldorf, right? Why not throw Walter up there from Jeff Dunham? Make it a trio for one episode. Just let the three of them play off riff off one another. I think that'd be the funniest damn thing I've ever seen. That's the idea I came up with. I'm going to go ahead and get started with launching Final Fantasy XIV here. And since I know it's likely going to affect. So my PNG tuber avatar, whenever I go into various games, including 14, the PNG tuber software I use called ViaduTube Mini, for some odd reason it decides to start displaying part of the game instead of my avatar. So I usually have to turn that part off. So hang tight here. Oh, it looks like it's already off. You see my avatar there. You won't see it move or talk. At least not in the meantime while this is up and going. So, no, yeah, that's right. We actually can crud. Where is Harvey Dent? No, I'm kidding. Sorry, I'm trying to switch over to a different music source here. I want to see if I can find something that. Okay, come on, go back. There we go. Oh, and I just realized the I got a couple of graphics up right now that need to be turned off. That was from our Mario tournament the other day. There we go. So here we go. Here's our character. Of course, named after me, Marcus Krazer. I'm not 100% sure as to why I'm not getting any sound. But if I remember right, the last time I played, the audio was not really being nice to me. So let me see if I can find something that might work. Something that might... Oh, there we go. Medieval. I'm using a service called Upbeat. UPP Beat. For a lot of my music. And it's actually really good. So I'm going to stick with something like this for now because it's... So what's going on here? Why won't it play any sound? Oh, because... There we go. I don't know... Oh, I bet I know why. I had it all muted because of the audio problems it was having last time. Give me a second. I want to confirm that in my own channel here. You guys might hear a brief echo, and I apologize for that. I just want to test out my audio before we get started. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, seems like it's working, at least for now. So I'm going to leave it like this. music from Upbeat will work just fine. Now, one of the things I had looked up over my lunch break today was in regards to, so I looked up on the wiki for Conjurer and was looking at a few different, like the side guilds and whatnot. Where was it? And I wanted to do Weaver, which basically would allow me to do healing armor and stuff. So I figure, okay, where do I need to go to do that? And as it turns out, it's right here in Ul'dah. So let me look here. I'm actually going to do this. I can see everything. I don't necessarily need to see the old studio at the moment. It's like, look at that. It's like they know. Can I talk to you? No. I'm literally right in front of where I need to go. Are you kidding me? That was funny. That was like the funniest thing. Like, I'm sitting there going, I need to find where to go for the Weaver job. And then all of a sudden I look at an NPC, it's like, it's over here. That's ironic, isn't it? Okay. Guild receptionist. Humble thread. Our peerless artisans weave wonders, dreams, and fabric form. We are renowned as Eorzea's finest purveyors of quality textiles, and as for foremost arbiters of style, needless to say, such a renown was not won without effort. Ours is tremendously demanding profession, you see, but also rewarding. Join the Weavers Guild! Because I want to learn how to make my own clothes. Taste. For a split second, when I glanced through that at first, I almost thought she said that Ul'dah people have never been a people of taste. I'm like, God, way to talk ill of your own citizens. I just had a little trouble selling Ul'dah fabrics. This time she's a synonymous with textile grade in Ul'dah. You see, those who come here hoping to peddle cheap rags swiftly along the price of doing business. I'm basically wanting to do Weaver as like my side gig, because I can then basically make my own armors. I was also watching videos of since I'm a huge Final Fantasy VI fan, I'm absolutely excited to eventually get leveled up enough where I can participate in the Sigmascape, which is basically the Final Fantasy XIV version of the final battle with Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. So that ought to be fun if and when I ever get to that part. Okay, so submit yourself to his rigorous scrutiny and say the word. Speak. What? That's what I wanted. I do. I would. Rusty needle. Okay. I wondered what the hell that was at first. Okay. So, excellent. I do wonder if your attack is appropriate. You will find the esteemed redolent rose supervising guild operations over yonder. Relentless pursuit of excellence. Would you demonstrate your similar recognition with respect? fairly in retrospect. Okay, so oh, big guy. What do we have here? Another adventurer in search of thrills and excitement. I dance you a merry jig. If this fails to please you, I suggest you run along. Perhaps the limit of the Ruby Road Exchange will be more to your liking. Oh, so you mean to become a weaver? Then we have something to discuss after all. I shall be blunt. Weaving is an art, and, like true artists, we must make sacrifices and suffer for our craft. So tell me, adventurer, are you prepared to suffer? I am. So you say, but only time will tell. In any case, you'll need equipment to get started. This needle should suffice for now. I need not explain what a needle is, I trust. Good. Then hold it as you would when sewing, and show me you're ready to begin. Huzzah! You have unlocked a new class. You can change to this class at any time by equipping the tool received from this class. When changing classes, gear sets will allow you to register and save your equipment. Yeah, I remember something like that, where you basically just have to equip a different weapon and it immediately switches you over to whatever. So determines your current class. Changing classes is as easy as equipping a different type of weapon or tool. When playing more than one class or job, gear sets allow you to save several different combinations of equipment and swap them at your leisure. Wherever the gear set interface is located in the upper portion of the character. Okay. Whoa. Hello. Well, let's at least throw this on for now. Yeah, we'll run around looking like Cloud for the moment. Glad I had that, those extra clothes. That okay, so you look like you were born to hold one of those. Even so, I suggest you keep it somewhere safe, especially when clambering over haystacks, as I shan't be issuing you another. Now you certainly look the part, but it remains to be seen if you can play it. I bid you craft me a spindle of hempen yarn. A trifling task, yes? I do hope you find it so. Should it seem even remotely testing, you have no future at this game. Let's see. To make hempen yarn, you will require moko grass and lightning shards. The former can be purchased from our own dear Jijima. The latter you will have to find for yourself. That is all. Okay, to synthesize a spindle of hempen yarn from redolent rows, select logs from the main menu, followed by crafting log. Okay. Okay, so what did he say? So local grass, right? Double check. Okay, my first needle. Mocha grass, 40. Where's the buy button? Oh, okay. 40 cones of local grass. And then lightning shards. Where do we find those? um... Sorry, give me a second here. I'm just looking into it. Okay. I did add a bunch of the Aethernet shards from around Old, so I'm gonna see if I can jump around. Where? Okay. Crafts are untradeable, so you must make those yourself. Satisfied with your ability to hold a needle he gave you. He would like to see if you can use it. Whoop. Yeah, I know, but I need... Dang it. Need a shave. Okay, let's see. Acquisition gathering. Level 5 mineral deposits. Spineless Basin. So, a corrupted sprite. What the hell is this? Locations. I feel like this isn't telling me where the hell I need to go. Okay. Maybe an IGN guide can help me here. A market board. How do I find a market board in... Okay, where are the market boards in Ul'dah? There's always one by the strip with 12 or so merchants. I think I need to go. Why can't I? Oh yeah. That's only with the big one. There we go. Oh, there's the market board. How many of these damn things do I need? Does it even say? Hemp and yarn. One grass. 2 mocha grass, 1 lightning shard. Good lord. I don't have that much. buy that many though. That's the problem. If it was something where I could... Okay, so where the hell else can I get it? Oh, that's right. Okay, so lightning zone. The central shroud. You've got to be kidding. I might have to actually come back back to this one. Because I'm looking here, so like there is an area nearby, the central shroud. Wait, no, that's not. I thought that was it. Oh, because that's why it sounds familiar, because it connects to New Gridania. So I'd have to go back to New Gridania. Son of a gun. Well... thing or no? Nope. I start leveling up. Well, at least help me in the right direction. Spineless Basin. Isn't that the other place to find this thing? Where are we? Or am I just I don't friggin' know. We're just gonna keep going. Somehow I'm still beating the huge horn above me. gonna stick with for my main role is Conjurer, and I know that at level 23 in about 7 levels I have the ability to up that from Conjurer to White Mage. Likely what I'm gonna wind up doing. My understanding is that astrologer, astrologist, I think it's called, is actually at level 50. Maybe this particular class isn't all that it's cracked up to be at the moment. I will there. Now we're back to this. Much better. Now I have to go to Limsa Laminsa. Oh, lovely. Okay, so let's head over this way then. Well, silly me. Okay, so where? School barracks. Sultana, Mall. I need to go to Rimsa Laminsa. Oh, okay, airship. I actually need to go to the Chamber of Rule. Okay. So let's, there's a Aethernet shard right here. We can transport right to it. Have it. Because I need to go back to Limsa Laminsa. That was weird. So we gotta take the lift. Airship landing, yes. For Limsa Laminsa, I'm good with that. Alright, so we gotta talk to this guy. Betaron. Welcome to the Drowned Wench. Whatever you like, mate. With you in You're bloody right. Level 15 cotton cowl. Some of this stuff is still fairly low level. And we get more Phoenix down, so look at that. It's probably pirates. The pirate of the Drowning Wench has need of a capable adventurer. I'll come straight to the point. Word has it, some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of the Satasha Sea Grot. I need a trustworthy store to head up north. Oh, it's got the auto continue shit. I forgot about that. That's my bad. Fishbugs, pet pirates. It ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself. To what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Raider? Neither, in fact. I was informed that you had requested an adventurer to assist in my investigation, and I came to offer the information I could sift from the recent reports. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Ailport, the city of Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region the Satasha Sea Grot included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of Kurals had taken up a residence in the caves. Nothing concerned us in shore. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Satasha again. But with the sending and testing our defenses lately, I am loath to assign the task to limited forces at my disposal. Mine is stretched thin as it is. Thus, I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. The aid you can offer would be greatly appreciated. It is settled. Tasha is located in western Mendosica. You heard the man. Good luck to you, lad. Aye, sir. Full power to the engines, Mr. Scott. Okay. I just love the I just love the title of the quest though. It's probably pirates. Oh. How the hell I'm going to get all the way over there, but I'll figure it out. You've got to be... Won't even let me jump down there anyway. Damn it. I need down there, damn it. I need to attune myself to it. I see a crystal, I must attune myself. There we go. The lower decks. Lower decks. Lower decks. There we go. Pricked my neck there for a second. Somebody just have a ferry? Man, after playing Bravely Default for so long, I've got a thing against ferries. Don't trust them. Apparently, I need to go back this way. Welcome in, everybody who's just joining us. We are doing Final Fantasy XIV tonight. And don't forget that later on this week, I think, and don't quote me on it yet, but I think we're confirmed for Friday for Borderlands 2 collab. I will have that confirmed for y'all here, hopefully by tomorrow. Let's tune. Nope, not there. But even and if not, we'll probably just... Either way, I will be streaming tomorrow. And of course, Saturday will be our weekly Mario tournament. I am not the host for that this week. Alright. Melton. We're here about going on Rangers investigation and we're on the floor of ferry bound for airport. Once you arrive in Western Manassacano, you best go visit the hall of the novice before you can walk into some stash. Richard Guild runs the hall. The folk there will prepare you, train you with the skills to do the basic ranges and guard where you need to see. Oh yes, we gotta talk to Fairy Skills. I shall pay 40 gil of my hard-earned money. Crystal to attune myself to, and a chocobo key. Guessing that's where we're headed. Okay, so seasoned adventurer back here. You must be an adventurer whom Yellow Jacket sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of the Sestasha secret. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. You shall need companions. You shall need the training we here at the Hall of Novice can provide. I strongly suggest for appointments. Group combat before continuing the mission. The smith here oversees the training schedule. Speak with him. You can register for the exercises tailored to your specific field of expertise. You've mastered all that. Okay, designed especially for your chosen role, these solo exercises will teach you the ins and outs of party combat. You may access them at any time by either selecting the Hall of the Novice from the duty selection section of the menu, or by speaking with any of the smiths found in the Adventurers Guild across Eorzea. Complete these exercises to receive a set of gear that will aid you on your journey. Why do I feel like I'm listening to some kind of fairy tale music? Greetings, I am one of the smiths, a stoker of fires and forger of futures. As a dedicated member of the Adventurers Guild, I have been entrusted with the task of providing assistance to new adventurers. According to my records, you have yet to fully complete your training. You are under no obligation to finish the final exercise, of course, but there is much to gain and not to be lost in the attempt. The Hall of Novice offers training exercises for party combat. Upon completing these exercises, you will receive brand new gear for your chosen roles, as well as the brand new ring, which increases experience earned by 30% until level 30. Okay, healer training exercises. Avoid area of effect attacks. 15. Well, dude, I'm level 30, or, 23, excuse me. I doubt anyone will be joining me, but sure. Do I actually? Oh. I thought it was waiting. I thought I actually had to wait for other people to join me. Okay. Do I have your full attention? Let us proceed. This training exercise focuses on evasion. The enemy often tips his hand before a big attack, so you must learn when to adjust your position. Instruct. Questions we can begin as soon as you're ready. Yes, begin. Okay, so this training exercise is now underway. Watch your opponent carefully. When you see an attack coming, move out of the strike zone. I wasn't even... There. Come see me for your reward. Learning to avoid obvious attacks is a skill all adventurers need. Those who insist on standing still won't long survive the profession. Speaking of survival, perfecting each of my lessons will earn you a piece of equipment to aid you in your chosen role. Should you decide you'd like to have a more versatile wardrobe, simply repeat the same lesson with the other masters to receive armor suited to their specialties. Brand new half-guard. Okay, training 2, heal an ally. comes to your place in a party, you are the soothing wind of restoration. As such, either engaging the enemy directly, your party rolls to focus on preventing the wounds. Continue with the lesson. Provide support, defeat the enemy, and the victory will be yours. Okay, so we basically have to keep ourselves and the healing of your ally. There we go. Exercise complete. Even when it's safe to attack, always keep one eye on your allies' health. This is our level 15 ship. Which means I won't be able... And I'm at level 18. Or not 18, but I'm at level 23, so... Brand new waist strap. Okay. How to heal multiple. Next exercise, you will be healing multiple allies. Most chaotic and most needs and flexibility. Thus, if you find yourself in a scenario where suddenly focus on the party, you need to stay alert and switch your attention between allies as the situation demands. I can just use 5 over and over again because that restores own HP and the HP of all nearby party members. we go. All right. Moving on. Brand new robe. Okay, this one is avoiding engaged targets. You heal whilst avoiding harm. Attack simply, and your time can recast to avoid interruption. Success will be a matter of combining lessons already learned. Okay, so provide support, defeat the enemy, and victory will be yours. So we should just be able to avoid any and all if you're hit 5 times, we'll start again from the beginning. Have to run around like crazy. Beware of those foes cutting enough to target the source of healing. Okay, cool. All right. We come to the final exercise. As the culmination of your training, all the skills you've acquired will be put to the test. You can begin as soon as you're ready. Considering I don't know what the hell kind of test this is going to be. Excuse me. Training exercise is now underway. Attack only when it is safe to do so. So apparently, I'm guessing the heck is that? What is that Got it though. All right, perfect. So we got the ring. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty, not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isles of Umber. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroat might have a den nearby. So when we received word of that men of questionable quality have been seen passing in and out of Sestasha here, we moved entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but this lot belongs to those fishback fancy serpent breeders. You can imagine the panic it will cause. The kidnapping is fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves, find out exactly who we're dealing with. When you do that, you're keeping a watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue-faced tattoos. Okay, duty calls. A dungeon beckons. Enlist the aid of allied players and NPCs alike to slay monsters, solve mysteries, and defeat the mighty boss lurking in the depths. Conquering dungeons is not only a time-honored tradition of adventurers, excuse me, but it also progresses the main scenario and tests your prowess at a given class or job in a time environment. Intimidated? Fear not, dear adventurer. But with a little guidance, you too shall be clearing dungeons with confidence in no time. You may challenge a dungeon in two different ways, going up with the support of trusted NPCs or by pooling your talent with other players. Okay. No matter how independent and capable you may be, a dungeon is too mighty a challenge to overcome on its own. By choosing duty support when accessing the entrance of any applicable dungeon, to support you on your path to glory. Just don't forget the lunch rules and famous, yes? After choosing to challenge a dungeon with NPCs, via duty support, a party that perfectly complements your current class or job will be automatically created for you. Such as to register for duty. They say a burden shared is a burden halved, and with the Duty Finder, you can split that burden amongst a team of players who smolder with the same passion for adventure as you do. You need to recruit such teammates yourself. The Duty Finder's matching system will automatically group players according to chosen challenge and other criteria. Okay, so it's kind of like, so I used to play like Maple Story, so it's kind of like a party quest, let's say. Well, we'll give her a shot and see what happens. We're playing with other players. That's kind of what I wanted in the first place. Stasha. So what are we doing, I guess? traits when you and your generals. Easy access. Okay, so I'm supposed to be healer. Guessing we have. We got a DPS, I'm assuming. And a tank. A couple DPSs and a tank. At least that's my guess. I thought I was playing with, like, real players, not NPCs. But apparently I'm playing with NPCs. Is working. It's probably wasn't working before because I was in a training session, so what's this? Find a blood-stained scrap of parchment with the message scrawled upon it infinity. The captain likes his cabbage green. lucid dreaming that helps me restore my energy. Sorry, I just stopped there for a second to scratch my nose. I thought it should be. Them handle that. I'll just stay on the healing here. seeker is down. Okay, wait a damn minute. According to the map, there's supposed to be a path here. So what the hell am I looking for here? I guess I'm a little confused. It looks like there could be a door here. Get out of the way. Maybe there's a trigger around here somewhere. That's probably what it meant by the cat likes his... thought so. Ourselves a treasure coffer. Oh, treasure. Dead man's drink. Side note, what the hell happened? Hold on. What happened to all the music? That's better. Say, I noticed that. I finally noticed after a while. When you get to be so focused on the game, it's hard to tell. I can tell. So let's go back this way. Is this where we just came from? Yes, it is. Obtain the Wave Rider gate key. be a Wave Rider gate key somewhere around here. And moving on to the next song, I think we've listened to it before. Okay, I'm guessing he's behind this gate then. Somewhere. treasure bucket. Okay, let's take a look at that. 100 knives is placed in our armor chest. Now I can exit. Speak with Baderon with the drowning winch. Back at Ale. There we go. I'm back at Aleport. I need to know where on earth. Is it over here? Okay, yep, the ferry skipper. Now we gotta go back to the drowning witch. Okay. At least I'm close to... Huh. Didn't realize this was gonna play. That's more Christmas. But it is played in a more medieval fashion. Okay, where the hell am I going? Gigi Wazoo. Okay. Right there. Baderon. Aye, such a task was on the books. Was in mind. I'm afraid that ship has already sailed. What the frick, dude? Two versions of What Child Is This? Moving on. No matter, the wheel will turn and our chance will come. You are right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Dolores Bear. Love that name. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only a star to reach. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Your goals are arms and armor for the spirit. A friendly sort. Back then, are ye, with all your limbs? Fishbacks. Trying to get back for 5 bloody minutes and the scaly bastards have set up shop on your Brighton doorstep. Still sounds like you left them in pieces. So I suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they were planning, as they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sestasha, of course. And you know, all's well that ends well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for your study. Lived up to your reputation. Now, I bet you're dying for a rest, but in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It just so happens I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania, I see. I'm sure I can get things done. So we're going back home to Gridania. Party Finder has been unlocked. So we need to hightail it back to Gridania. There's the airship landing. And since it's Gridania and it's called like mother like daughter, I can only imagine who this has anything to do with. To the go. I had been calling it originally Gridania, but apparently I was incorrect in that fact. Oh look, it's one of you. Hi, I'm back. Okay. Yep, I thought so. Cotton half rope, level 21. Okay, what else do we have here? Silver. Ooh, I'll take the silver. The tales of your deeds reach me even here in the cloistered heart of Stillgate Cave. I'm glad that you've come. For I would ask your assistance in the matter of some delicacy that concerns. Yes, young Sylphie once again. I thought so. The name kind of gave it away at that. As you can no doubt imagine, the recent relations concerning her mother have sorely troubled her. It appears Sylphie needed some time alone to sort through the deal with the promotion which mother set her, as she hasn't fled from the guild. Fortunately, a party of conjurers who were dispatched in the South Shroud investigated whether the corruptions and they were spotted all over Sylphie. Considering the importance of their mission, we must seek to distract the conjurers from their task, thus I have turned to you to escort her back here to the guild. And you are, I believe, one of the few people who should listen. Pray travel to Prescorn's druthers and speak with Wolf. He was the first conjurer who chanced upon Sylphie, and we'll be able to tell you more of how the young lady fares. Gotcha, boss. I would prefer their trick. Go over to the market, a bunch of crap to sell. That's a culinary website. Great. Aircraft. Oh, it's on the right side. Maybe I'm there. Yep. Independent tailor, that's what I need. Level 27. We've got 4 of these. I really bloody wish this would stop. look like a red-tinted Sith Lord. Do it. And now, Skywalker, you will die. Go. Something wrong with just if you would. Yes, I do wish to say. Well, at least a big-ass cloak like this will help keep me protected from the rain outside. Okay, let's see. That's what I thought. Put this down. I'll teleport there. Okay. I need to go down the South Shroud, I guess. Hold on a second. Let me make sure that the music's still going. Yep, we're still good. Maybe what I should do do is go attune myself to that crystal. Really? You think so? Not smart. Alright. I think I already see the crystal, so let's head towards it. Get ourselves attuned. And we'll head back and see if we can go find something. Antelope stag. We're going deer hunt in Eorzea. So, we need to go talk to Wolfie. Again, Marcus. I assume Brother Isumi warned you of the corruption my companions and I have tasked with purifying. The source of this extensive blight is found to the southeast. The shrill, discordant voices of the ritual street there disband of his India, the withered tremendous. Considering potential dangers, yada yada yada. No see, Miss Sylvie. I should have known that if you would tattle on me. Brother Isumi said she'd take me back, didn't he? This is where my mother used to live, you know, right until she passed on. I'm grateful for the healing she offered. And this is the journal she used to keep. There's an entry that explains that nature becomes furious when conjurers use their art, how there are always more people in battles, and those abuse power that is not theirs to take. Mother refused to draw on nature because she was scared of making it angry. She wouldn't lie about such things, and I wouldn't want to do what she would have wanted to do. voice is this man before? Because those are the reason there are. We have to go and stop them. What is she babbling on about? I thought she decided to basically behave herself. Duty calls. Commence battle for like mother, like daughter. Level sync is in effect. Sync as level 29. Duty's done. Can't believe nature actually helped us. There was nothing scary about it at all. I might still wonder if it was really safe for country to borrow the power if I hadn't seen the way you do it. I think it seemed more natural. I think it's kind of like guilt. Well, if you do breakfast, who's going to take it out? Okay, so now we get to return back to the Conjurer's Guild Hall. Talk to our head honcho. Sam Kennison, like comedian. Well, he might be a bit younger. Sam Kennison is a comedian who is no longer with us. He was known for basically being vulgar and screaming his cool head off all the time. Welcome back, Marcus, and you as well, Sandy. Sorry I ran away like that. I understand, child, but you find the answers you sought. Yes, Marcus, you showed me that nature is nothing to be afraid of. I think I know why my food rat caused suffering in nature itself. Food. So it was my very love for nature that prevented her from drawing on its strength. Tell me, Ceci, has the cause of a decision now lifted from you? And I put two perspectives. I can hear that. There must be something he likes, so okay. Yes, maybe. Did you first witness it? What did that mean? How exactly did that sound? Voices? Well, they sounded joyful. The crowd letting out a sudden cheer. Really heard them, I swear. Did. It's a gift. Andrews may sense the power of nature about the thing. Not all creatures listen. You describe other voices in elementary. They very well possess the talent and the cure. Cure? Of course, natural always understood the contrary. Natural attitude that thus far have lacked commitment. You must not neglect your training. Aside such restrictions, when I'm curious to hear about the disturbance you observed in the shroud. Seen in the corpse. Previously counted by correct. This bodes well. Creatures known as mudtime are not made of these balls. Something's beyond the damage wrought by the calamity afflicts the toys. I shall commune with the elementals and seek to identify this threat. Marcus, Sophia, may need at neither both for long, so then give yourselves over to the study of our art. Your shadow will be your footfall. May guide your path. Well, I can't have the glasses and the red stick that he's same time. We made some good progress. We jumped up at least 4 levels. We're about 3 levels away from being able to move on to the job of White Mage. Really? Oh, there it goes. Now it's rearranging everything. What the? Okay, what the heck? There we go. Okay. I was gonna say my YouTube stream looked like it wasn't even doing anything. So, okay. Let's switch back to here. Okay. Well, I appreciate everybody's patience on that. Sorry, I stopped that a little bit too early. Regardless. Okay. That's our old schedule. Give me a second, I want to make sure I've got the schedule here. There we go. That's our proper schedule. So, either way, come Friday, I will be streaming. Now, the question is, are we going to be doing Borderlands? Or are we going to be jumping back into Final Fantasy XIV? That's the question we want to that we need to answer. Not only that, but Saturday, once again, we are off to the Mushroom Kingdom with another weekly tournament for Super Mario Bros. 35 with the continued interest server. The only difference is I'm not hosting this time. So, yeah, that's what we're looking at. So all the times are Central Time. If we do go live for Borderlands 2 on Friday, it is likely going to be around 6:30 p.m. Especially considering one of the individuals lives out in the UK, and so it's extremely late for him. He's probably in bed right now, our good friend Raven. The other one is out on the East Coast, our good friend Zombie. Side note, my German Shepherd has come to say hello to you all. He's sitting right next to me here in the room. Actually, he's probably come, more or less come to get scritchers. Yeah, I know. You always want scritchers. You're not a good boy? Why aren't you a good boy? I asked him who's a good boy, and he shook. He's got problems with his ears constantly bothering him, and we have to clean him out every so often, but he still shakes regardless of which. Ow. Ooh. Sorry about that. I just got zapped by my own pooch. German Shepherd just left the room. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, once again, we're going to go back. I'll show you guys the schedule again here. So again, if we do wind up doing Borderlands 2 on Friday, it will likely be at 6:30 p.m. Central. That's usually about the time that they're available. Otherwise, if not, then it'll probably be a 7 o'clock stream, and we'll probably do some more Final Fantasy XIV. And then, of course, 7 p.m. Central on Saturday will be our Super Mario 35 Continued Interest Server weekend tournament. As always, I believe we finally did get somebody to step up and host. Who was that? Was it Zeph? I think it was Zeph. Yep, Zeph will be our host this weekend. Next week, I will not be doing a Saturday stream because I have something else I need to attend to on the 24th. And besides the fact the tournament is a 2 p.m. Central. Yeah, we were getting ready to call it a night, but I should be back again on Friday with some more Final Fantasy XIV or the Borderlands collaboration, as you see there. It always varies because not everybody's able to sync their schedules very well. So, but not to mention I had a bit of a late start. I was planning on starting at 7 local time. I'm in the Midwest, but we had a bunch of stuff happen. Biggest of which being for like about 10 minutes we lost power. We're not really sure what happened, but I was literally getting ready to launch everything and then just poof. We're standing in complete darkness. So, but yeah, well, I mentioned earlier when I started the stream, it was crazy from the get-go, the moment I walked in the house. I mean, went downstairs into the laundry room to get a change of clothes and turned around and there was a mouse on the floor, just kind of looking at me, itty bitty little mouse. Scared the shit out of me because I wasn't expecting to see him there. But I managed to get past him. I've got this old, I grabbed a broom and this, it's essentially an old dustpan, but it's on a long handle, like a triangular cone shaped dustpan. So I just kind of swept him in there, took him outside, dumped him out near our mailbox. I can only imagine, it's kind of, yeah, rodent combat. Tell me about it. I mean, I would suspect, considering the fact that we live near a walking path that's got like a lot of trees and like a pond or two here and there, because we live right next to like a big walking park area with like, it's more like a sporting complex where there's like soccer fields and baseball fields. There's a football track and field. So I mean, there's all kinds of stuff nearby, and I thought, okay, maybe with all that stuff nearby, maybe he just wandered his way in. My big worry is if there's one, there's always a chance there's more than one. So I got to keep my eyes peeled for now. Especially considering we kind of have a nasty habit of we'll wash our clothes and then never bother to bring them up. So I'm sitting there going, what if I go down to grab something from the clean clothes hampers and another mouse jumps out? So you just got to be vigilant, I guess. We have more of a bunny problem in our yard than anything. We've got 3 dogs in our house, 2 huskies and a German shepherd, and the huskies seem to catch them a little bit quicker than the German shepherd does. So mice infestations are the worst too. I've had them in the past 2 places I've lived. Yeah, believe me. I mean, the house I grew up in had an occasional mouse, but it was one of those things where they were always in the garage, especially during the winter, and they were already dead by the time we found them because they froze to death. So, at least back when we used to have snow and ice galore out here in the Midwest when I was a kid. So, yep. And then between that and the fact that of the 3 dogs that we have, the 2 huskies they have this nasty habit where you let them outside and they'll go, nope, I'm not coming in, not right now. No matter how much you coax them inside. And then my fiance comes down and is like, oh, now it's time to come in. So they'll come inside for her, but for Papa, nope. It's like, nah, we're just going to ignore you. And between all that, I still had to make supper, and then got upstairs. German Shepherd. Yeah. Our German Shepherd used to do that, but he comes inside now. He's actually in the room again. He's laying on the futon behind me. Yeah, they're good pups, all boys. They just like to get into mischief once in a while. Yeah, that was one of the things when we moved in, when we were looking for a house a long time, like way long ago, was we wanted to try to find a house that had a fenced-in backyard. Speaking of huskies, my little husky has ventured into the room to check on me. Hi, yes, I see you. He thinks he's trying to be sneaky and inch his way towards my supper plate. So I bought take and bake pizzas. So, what's a good one? We'll go with that. Yeah, I see you down there. You're just laying on the floor looking like you're adorable. You're just ready to get into mischief. But yeah, one way or another. But I've been trying to do better at let the Huskies run the roulettes. Yeah, there you go. Well, the German Shepherd we've had longer than the Huskies, and he's taught my husky some of his bad habits. Like he'll run up and down the fence line whenever on all 3 sides of us, we have all of our neighbors seem to have dogs as well, and anytime one of their dogs is out, it's just freak out moment extraordinaire. So you'll let them outside to go potty, and the next thing you hear is woo, 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 woo. You know, even with the doors closed and everything, you can hear them plain as day. They love that backyard, though. Yes, they do, don't you? boys have been so patient tonight. Thank you. Yes. So we used to have signal lights communicate with the neighbors. Sure we know where the dogs are. Yeah, I mean, I wish we had something like that. I'll be honest, but but it never really works out. It always winds up being where somebody lets their dog out at the same time, and it's just harder to get them to come inside. But can't be helped sometimes. I'm just glad it's not something where any of our neighbors haven't just reported us to the city for like noise violations or something. They're not like extremely loud, but they can get kind of rowdy back there. Man, they do love that backyard. They do. Arsenal goes nuts from the inside. Crack the sliding door. Oh gosh. When we were looking at houses, we saw the house we're in now. The previous owners, they had a smaller breed of dog, and they actually had this little thing that you can install into a sliding glass door frame, where it's got a doggy door built into it, but they took it with them. So, not to mention the fact it was too small for a German Shepherd, let alone a Husky. We had two different Huskies when we first moved in, but they've since passed on, and we've adopted the two we have now. So we got littermate siblings. The other one's sleeping in my fiance's room right now. She she makes no bones about it. She does have hers as her favorite, but she does love all of our boys pretty equally. Doesn't she? Mama takes good care of you when I'm not around, and vice versa. She's actually going to be out of the country for a while here later on this year, and so I get to spend an entire month almost with these boys and on my own. So oh boy. Oh, goodness gracious. I'll tell you one thing, I am ready for the weekend. I am ready for the weekend. But I've been trying to do better at streaming on a more frequent basis. I was doing all right last year until about summertime. I had to pick up a second job to make sure I got some extra money set aside, which I'm doing better now, so hopefully I won't have to go back this year. Not saying the place that I was working at sucked, because I've worked there before, and it's a lot of fun. It's an amusement park out here. Man, those summers were just, some of those days were just awful hot. But it really threw off my streaming schedule, and I just never, by the time 2025 was over, I just could not find a way to get back into the swing of it. I just decided to sit down and be like, screw it, I'm gonna knock it out. So just taking it week by week, and the end of every weekend, by Sunday night, I try to have a new week's schedule come out. So got a few more days left for that. Aside from what you already saw, I mean, we need to go back and do some more Legend of Zelda or Oracle of Ages. Do some more Final Fantasy XIV. One of these days, even off stream, I will go back and redo oh god, redo the chapter 8 of Bravely Default. So I don't know why the heck I blanked there for a second. But yeah, so plenty of stuff going on, and eventually I will get back into doing the numbered Final Fantasy, like not like the online MMOs like 11 and 14, but I'm talking like 1 through 10 to 12, 13, 15, 16. Those ones. The ones that have like straight story, no MMO aspects and stuff. Try to get caught up with all those. So, of course, 4 and 6 will probably be pretty straightforward because I've played those like a billion times. So yeah. One of these days I'm going to go back and and finish Metal Gear Solid too. It's going to be cool waiting for the third part of 7 to come out. Been grinding 14 a bunch lately. I'm waiting for them to get part 3 of 7, the 7 remake done. And not because I want to play it. Don't get me wrong, I love Final Fantasy VII. But my thing on it is, and I make no bones about it, I am waiting for them to finally get off their butts and remake Final Fantasy VI. Like they were supposed to do long ago. Back in the mid to late 2000s, they started doing this whole remake thing where they'd go back and remake all the classic titles. I think they were calling it Finest Fantasy is what they were calling it. They did 1 through 4, and then they stopped. And we thought, okay, maybe one of these days they'll announce a 5, announce a 6, and I've played 5 as well. Great game. Definitely would recommend it if you've never played it before. But then 2015 came along and they announced a 7 remake. I'm like, why did they skip 5 and 6? Square Enix keeps having interviews every so often with Square Enix employees. Or Square Enix keeps having interviews with all these other places and saying, oh yeah, we'd love to remake Final Fantasy 5 and 6, and then they never do it. And that's what's been driving me nuts. I don't have any plans of playing through the remake trilogy as of yet. That's going to be much, much further down the line. I'll probably do it sometime after, depending on how things go, if they ever get around to remaking 6. Yeah, and I get that. A lot of people love the 7 franchise, but 6 is just as popular. Believe me. I mean, they talk more about 7, but when you talk to a lot of diehard Final Fantasy fans, they say 6 is right up there along with it. So, and again, and I'm not saying in any fashion that, whoa, what the hell was that? That song title looks like it's Russian or something. But not knocking 7, because again, I've played it. I love it. I love the cast, the story, everything about it. I love the fact that they built the iconic limit break system. It was actually based off of a 6 mechanic where if one of your party members was near death, there was a small percentage of a chance where they would automatically launch a special attack, like a desperation attack. That's basically how the 7 Limit Break came about. It was an enhanced version of that. So I've seen plenty. Like if they ever did do it like a 6 remake, similar to the way they did 7, like a trilogy. Obviously, one's going to be Final Fantasy VI remake, and I'd say the last one should be called Final Fantasy VI Return, because the name of the heroic rebel group in 6 is the Returners. But not sure what they would call the third one if you ask me. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to take a swig of my drink. Anyway, I will get through all the numbered titles one way or another. I've already played and beaten 1 and 2 on stream. I was in the middle of 3, but when I finally return to it, I'm probably just going to start fresh. Just so I can say, hit it in one big go. And 4 will be pretty straightforward. 5 as well, and 6, and 7. Then after that, 8, 9, 10, and 10-2 I've played portions of in the past. Not necessarily on stream, but I mean in general. I've also played parts of 13. Well, at least the first one. I've got... oh gosh. Between physical copies and Steam downloaded versions, I've got 1 through 10-2. Sorry. I don't have 12. And again, I'm not counting the MMOs right now because I know 11 was an MMO. And I've got the 13 trilogy. And, well, I was about to say and 14, but that's an MMO. So I've got a good chunk of the numbered Final Fantasies. It's just a matter of working through them. And it's going to take me a long time. I've done similar projects where I've played through all of the main titles, specifically of Halo. And that took me seemingly forever. So this is going to be, this is definitely going to be one of these projects that's going to take me quite a while. Got right to the end of 15 and got hung up on one of the last bosses before having to drop it. I'm a few hours into 16, but I've been busy with other stuff. Yeah, I haven't played a whole lot of 15, but 9 years ago, I got to participate in something kind of special. So 9 years ago was the very first event for a convention known as KupoCon, and I was at the very first one. I don't know if you've heard of it before. A lot, but anymore they go to like places in the UK and up in Canada. They don't really come to the States anymore. But I was at the very first KupoCon when it was out in it was being held in Newark, New Jersey, and it was like a 1 day thing. I got there the day before, got into a hotel, and almost immediately had to get changed because I planned on going to, like, quite literally the night before KupoCon was they had the Final Fantasy Distant Worlds concert. Now, the place where KupoCon was being held the next day is this place that was literally right across the street from where the New Jersey Performing Arts Center is, and that's where Distant Worlds was being held. So, literally, I get into my hotel room, I get changed into something formal because it's a freaking like orchestra concert and everything. And I apparently was not the only person to have the idea of dressing formal yet Final Fantasy esque, because like I saw other people dressed as Final Fantasy characters, nice and formal and stuff. Uh, and then I attended, and it was a great concert. Uh, I think it was right about the time that 15 had just come out. And they had some 15 songs that they debuted in there as well. I was most excited, of course, when they started playing the Final Fantasy VI character medley. Uh, and then the very next day, went to KupoCon. Um, and I actually got to meet Ray Chase out there, who is the voice of Noctis. And they had like a daytime event and a nighttime event. I stuck around for the nighttime event because I was, over the age of 18, of course. And um, they had a big, um, they had a big, like a contest where everybody at like whatever table you were at, that's your team, and it was like a trivia contest. Well, right as this thing's getting started, who should happen to come down and join us at our table but Ray Chase? And I'm like, sweet, I'm in a trivia contest with the voice of Noctis as my frickin' teammate. Hell yes. And one of the things that was going to be a prize is they had these wooden cooking spoons where on the back of it had the face of Tella from Final Fantasy IV. And of course, we all know what Tella's favorite phrase in the game is. When he looks at Edward and says, "You spoony bard," hence a wooden cooking spoon. Well, my team did not win, but Ray Chase was kind of a gracious guy at the time, and he's like, "Here," and he hands me one of those spoons. He's like, "You can keep it." So I've got a wooden cooking spoon that was gifted to me by Ray Chase, the voice of Noctis, down in my kitchen right now, complete with the face of Tella on it and the phrase "You spoony bard, KupoCon 2017." I know, it is. By that point, I was already pulling off parts of my cosplay. I was cosplayed as Locke from 6, and I'm just like, dude, I'm done. I can't wear this damn wig anymore. But I've wanted to go to KupoCons again ever since. They just, I don't make the kind of money where I can travel out of country, so it's not like I can just drop, however much it would be to fly out to England or wherever and attend KupoCon. But there were some good, some great people I met out there. Definitely would love to go again if they ever came back to America. That's a given. But yeah, that was my KupoCon experience 9 years ago. 9 years ago this month, actually. Cannot believe that KupoCon is going to be 10 years old next year, and that is insane to me. Oh, excuse me. I always love watching, like whenever I know, hey, there's a KupoCon coming up, like I'll watch like the KupoCon hashtags on social media just to see if anybody's got any interest in cosplays. I see like a lot of like Final Fantasy VII. I see some Noctis here and there, some Tidus and Yuna. Definitely love seeing 4 because it doesn't get represented nearly as much. 6 is represented here and there. But definitely love seeing that stuff. I've always wanted to do like a gender bent cosplay of Terra, or it's just like Terra, but if Terra was a guy. I've always wondered how I would design that, but hard to say. I did see a picture several years ago. Somebody did gender swapped 6 characters, including Edgar. Like, if Edgar was a woman. And I will admit, that one would have been interesting to see. Yeah. Somewhere around here I've got a... Actually, I know where it is. I've got a plushie of a Moogle. It's in the bedroom next door, so... As well as a plushie my fiance got me a couple of years ago of a Torgal from 16. Total Torgal pup plushie. I keep it up high so that my pups don't get at it. So I feel like if I left it down too far, they would get at it and just tear it all to hell. Same thing goes with, I've actually got a replica of an old WWE championship from like years ago. Specifically the Cruiserweight belt. I don't leave that down low enough for them to get at, because that thing cost, when I first bought it, that thing cost me like $250. So, done some cosplay stuff based off my Warrior of Light as a Gunbreaker. I take that. Very nice. My last major cosplay was last year as well, or not last year 2025, last year 2024. I suppose it's like almost 2 years ago. I did Ghostbusters. It was perfect timing that I finished it then too, because that was when they celebrated the 40th anniversary. I took it to a convention out in the Moline, Illinois area. Actually, it was in Davenport, Iowa, but close enough. And I actually won second place in the cosplay contest. And one of the judges was so impressed because the most expensive part of the cosplay was the actual proton pack. I had bought one from a store, one of those pop-up Spirit Halloween stores like many years ago, and it claimed to be quote-unquote movie accurate, and it wasn't. It was clearly a lie. It was roughly 80% of the regular size of a pack. Didn't have nearly as many details on it. The lights and sounds were completely wrong, so I basically ripped all of the existing electronics out of it. I bought all new lights and sounds and wires and switches and buttons and everything that you could possibly think of for it. Rebuilt it with parts, and majority of the parts I got for that all came from a site called gbfans.com. And the nice thing is the board on it was actually it's one that you can program, so like you can flip little switches and stuff on it, so that so they've got, like, when you fire it, there's two ways it could happen. You could get the continuous proton stream like in the movies, or you can also set it up like if you've ever played the 2009 Ghostbusters video game. In that game, they changed it so that the packs could actually overheat if you fire it continuously for a long enough time. You know, you'll get this noise, and it'll make like a venting noise, and do a quote-unquote reset, and then you're back to firing again. So I set it to that because I like the video game. Not only that, but it plays up to 4 songs, and you can change the songs as needed. So I basically programmed this board to what I wanted it to do. And one of the judges at this cosplay contest, after I told her that, she came up to me afterwards, and she's like, "That is so freaking awesome that you were able to program that." She's like, "I really think, I really think what you should do is you should get into the more like the electronics and programming for cosplays." So I honestly don't know what I'm going to do for my next cosplay, but I've kicked around some ideas. Revolver Ocelot from Metal Gear Solid 2. I've wanted to do Mandalorian armor from Star Wars. I wanted to do Gears of War COG armor, but I would have to get severely into shape in order to pull that off, because if you've seen Gears of War, and I'm sure you probably have at least seen pictures of it, you can tell like these guys are ripped, like big burly arms, definitely in shape. Meanwhile, me, I've got a gut, and I don't need it if I'm gonna pull this off. So, but I'll figure out something. I thought there were some other ones I was gonna do. The last armor cosplay I've done several years ago. This was something that my fiance and I kind of teamed up on together. Not one cosplay that we both built, but the fact that we kind of did our own. But we each did our favorite Gundams from the Gundam animes. She was the she was the Freedom Gundam, and I was the Death Scythe Hell. Hers was for my first armor cosplay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like mine looked very, very boxy. And you could tell like it wasn't perfect. Hers was just impressive, even to the point where, and I kid you not, she had hydraulics in the wings for the Freedom Gundam that could be remotely controlled with a little remote. That she'd hit a button and the wings would just slowly open and close. And she took this thing to several conventions, including Anime Expo, and people were impressed, to say the least. So, yeah, a lot of those cosplays were done with EVA foam, which is basically the kind of foam you'd see in like workout floor mats that you can find at like Walmart and Target and stuff. So we still have a couple of packs unopened down in our basement. So if we ever wanted to do armor again, we've got some foam to work with. Yep. I was gonna say, I've done Natsu from Fairy Tail before. 3D printed Mandalorian set was awful for transport. I wouldn't blame you. We talk about Star Wars cosplays. So I'm part of a Ghostbusters group out here, and we were actually at a convention last summer where so first of all, one of the guests was I can never remember her name, but she's the current voice actress for Ash Ketchum in Pokemon. But I did not realize this, but she also was the voice of all the mini puffs in Ghostbusters Afterlife and Frozen Empire. So one of the other members of the Ghostbusters group that I'm with, so we actually have a full-blown Ecto-1. Like, it's not the exact same make and model, but it's awfully close. You would not be able to tell. Fully painted up with all the lights and sounds and everything. And he went and got her, like, paid money to, come over and not only sit in the car, but she also signed the inside of the door for the glove box. A couple of days later, so we're at the convention as like, one of the cosplay groups people can go and see and all that. And across from, as well as right next to and to the side of us, like literally almost everywhere around us, were Star Wars cosplayers, including like a bunch of Mandalorians. And one of the other guests at this convention was James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan from Clone Wars. And word had it that he was going to come and visit with them, and he also had heard about the Ecto, wanted to come and see it. Well, a bunch of the Mandalorian cosplayers disappear for a while, and they come back with these fake makeshift handcuffs, leading James Arnold Taylor to this, this prop jail cell that's right across from where we're parked. So we're sitting there watching this. I'm like, oh great, Obi-Wan's been captured again. He was having a lot of fun with it too. I see. I know you want OUT. My husky has come back into the room. He's starting to whine a little bit because he likes to whine when he's ready to go OUTSIDE. I dare not say the word, of course. Lay down for a minute. I'm wrapping up, okay? It's getting kind of late. So I need to go potty. Anyway, I should probably get ready to go. These two in here are getting antsy, so. But I do appreciate you stopping by. I'm sorry you caught me right after the the gameplay for 14, but I definitely invite you to come back again.
Alert! No follower has beamed aboard.
And I did confirm. Thank you for the follow there, Spooky. But yeah, so Friday again, if we're not doing, if the collaboration if the collab for Borderlands 2 doesn't go through, we'll definitely be doing some Final Fantasy XIV again. I definitely want to work towards getting to the point where I'm leveled up high enough where I can do that Sigmascape and the final recreation of the Final Fantasy VI final boss with the Statue of the Gods and Kefka. Because I've wanted to play that so hard. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Again, it'll be 6:30 to 7 p.m. Central Time here. Yeah, I'm still a good ways away from that. I don't even know where I would go to participate in that, but I definitely want to do it when the time comes. I'm only at level 20. It's called Sigmascape. They had like this expansion where they called Sigmascape, and that was actually a part of it. Let's just see. We will get to go you know where in a minute. Hold on. Yeah. I've watched a few YouTube videos, and a lot of people, like even on the regular difficulty, are like 60 to 70. Um, they have a higher difficulty for it as well. I think called Savage Mode, where it's just insanely, yeah. I was watching a YouTube video at lunch today of someone doing Savage Mode, and I'm like, yeah. Savage is the highest level of single boss fight. Yep. And I could tell just watching it too. It was definitely one of the tougher difficulties for sure, because they had like numerous people in on this thing, and it took them a good 10, 12 plus minutes or so. Holy crap, 36 hours straight? Jesus. That is like, that's insane. 1 2-hour break. Holy crap. Man, oh man. Yeah, I'd love to see well, part of me wants to say I want to see the footage for that, but I don't think I'd be able to sit through 36 hours of one video. Unless they had it like sped up or something. But that is crazy. I will admit that. Ugh. I will admit that. But once again, thank you for the follow, Spooky. I'm going to get ready to call it a night. I've got to go let these pups outside. I'm on the Maduin server. I don't remember what data center that is off the top of my head. Let me see if I can find out. Blah, 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 blah. That is on the Dynamis server. Yep. Nice. Very nice. Maybe one of these days I'll switch over and jump in on your server, and we can go chill out and stuff.
Incoming stream raid.
Oh wow, we got a stream raid. Dynamis is weird. Okay, cool. Cool. Ferrari Fire, thank you so much for the raid. It's been a hung. Most of the times it's me raiding out to you. It's nice to see. Nice to see you stop in. How are you tonight? Good to see you. Welcome everybody. I appreciate you stopping by. We're just getting. Yes. Celebration emotes all around. Feel free to use some of the emotes that I've got on the channel, guys. But yeah, we just finished up a little bit ago with some Final Fantasy XIV, and again, timing-wise, I'm afraid you guys caught me on my way out, but we may be getting back into Final Fantasy XIV on Friday if we don't wind up doing. So this is what our schedule this week is. We missed out on yesterday, so no Legend of Zelda tonight, I'm afraid. Well, I'm sorry, last night. We just did Final Fantasy XIV. Friday depends on my 2 cohorts if they are going to be able to link up with me, sync our clocks and our calendars here. Raven and Zombie will be doing some Borderlands 2, and if we don't wind up doing that, we're going to jump right back into Final Fantasy XIV. And then, of course, Saturday, 7 p.m., all Central Time, by the way, will be our Super Mario Bros. 35 Continued Interest Server weekly tournament. Some of you, if you know what Super Mario 35 is, you're probably wondering, well, wait, I thought that was done. That was a limited time event. Well, it was, but a bunch of people got together after the servers were taken down, and they said, well, we don't want this to go away, so they created their own server. And there's only two ways you can access it, either through a modded Nintendo Switch 1, and that's only on some of the older models of Switch 1s, or through an emulator like I do. So, and if you want, and if it sounds interesting, you want to look into it more, I will share with you the link for it. There you go. SMB35server.com is the site you want to check out if you're ever curious about that. It's got all the details you'll need if you ever want to jump in and enjoy yourselves. We do tournaments on Saturdays, either early afternoon or later into the evening. One of the two. It's always different. There's a Discord server you can check out as well. I don't have the exact link for it. I'm sorry, but I know it's somewhere on the smb35server.com page. So if you find it, jump in. There's a lot of great people on there, and it's still a small group, but it's still kind of growing here and there. So, excuse me, but yeah. So that's the SMB35 server. Sometimes I wind up being the tournament host for it. As a matter of fact, I can even give you guys a little taste of what it's all about. So every time I like to host, when I host, there's a little orientation video I like to play for people. It kind of gives you an idea of what the tournament's about, how it plays out, and so on. So if you're curious, let me give you a sneak peek on how that works.
Welcome to the SMB35 weekly tournament. Before getting started, we first need to cover how the tournament works. Each tournament consists of 5 rounds. In each round, the top 5 people who last the longest will get points towards the tournament leaderboard. First place will receive 10 points, second place will receive 8 points, third place will receive 6 points, fourth place will receive 4 points, and fifth place will receive 2 points. The player or players in the event of a tie that have the most points after 5 rounds will be declared the winner. This tournament is for fun. No prizes are involved. All skill levels are welcome. Since technology is not perfect, there may be times where the game will experience a comm error. Should that happen, the players will reboot their game sessions, and the host will restart the round. During each round, should Krazer be eliminated, he will continue to spectate the other players. When the game timer turns red and speed up, you will hear the following sound. When the round reaches 5 players or less remaining, you will hear this sound. When the tournament is over, some players may decide to stick around and do 1 or 2 bonus rounds for the fun of it. If you wish to participate, simply stick around after the tournament is over. While there will be weeks when Krazer will be hosting the tournament, during weeks when he isn't, we ask that you be polite and also follow along on the stream for that week's host in order to get any updates that may come up. For more details on how you can participate in this tournament, simply type !SMB35 in the chat. This concludes your orientation. Good luck in the tournament.
Yeah, that's basically how the tournaments play out. 5 rounds, top 5 people. Every round gets points towards the leaderboard. The person or persons, in case of a tie, with the most points wins. There's really no prizes involved. It's just more for fun. All skill levels are are welcome to join in, whether you're a Mario novice, whether you've been playing it since the original NES days, doesn't matter. Everyone's welcome on on this server. Sometimes, depending on the situation, they may decide to do like almost like a special event, like we've had like SMB35 Survivor, sort of thing, where they'll play it like it's a season of Survivor or something. But 99% of the time, it's going to be the format that you saw in the video there, with the 5 rounds, top 5 people, and so on. That's how it plays out. I should, and I apologize. I got a little caught up in all the excitement. For those who don't know me, allow me to introduce myself. My name is KrazerKrew. I am a Starship Captain VTuber from the future who crash landed into the past after encountering a time vortex. And while technology of this era is... Whoop, we want to switch. There we go. While technology is impressive here in this present day, unfortunately, it's not advanced enough to fix my ship. So I am stuck here in the past, and I made it my mission to protect the timeline until its natural conclusion. So, but that's my introduction. I got way ahead of myself. I apologize, but I hope everybody's having a good night. Like I said, we were just getting ready to call it a night when you guys raided in, so I sincerely apologize. I've had that happen a 1,000 times, where I've raided out to someone else and they're like, "Oh wait, we were just getting ready to leave too." Timing happened. Well, it wasn't a raid. It was somebody I usually like to raid joined me on this past Saturday. I was just getting ready to wrap up stream, so these late night streams, they always get you. But still, Ferrari, I thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it. It's nice to get a raid my direction once in a while. Hope everyone's doing well. We're halfway through the week, folks. How about that? Friday's almost here. So, wow, they settled down. My pups I got 2 pups in the room. They were starting to freak out too, so. Anyways, as I was saying though, if you want to check out more of my stuff offline, you're welcome to head on over to my YouTube channel, which these days I double stream to Twitch and to YouTube, so definitely check me out over on there. YouTube.com/@KrazerKrew is... for you there you go. That's the link if you want to go check out some of my content. I've got a lot of edited content. Still trying to work through the last little bit of the Nintendo 3DS Classic Bravely Default. I need to re-record Chapter 8 because apparently I goofed and I don't have it anymore, so I got to re-record it offline. Excuse me. But so yeah, definitely go check out my content there. I put a lot of work into that last summer, believe me. Even when I wasn't streaming, I was sitting there trying to get caught up on uploads. So, and there's a lot of content on there, so you can definitely check out a lot of what I'm about over on the YouTube channel as well. So, yep, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. So, yep, definite hype. Definite hype. I got my my German Shepherd coming up to me now. It looks like he's ready to go OUT. I appreciate everybody for stopping by, no matter how brief it may be. I encourage you guys to come back and check out my channel again in the future. I got some big things planned, some big changes that I want to incorporate in the near future that'll make this channel a bit better. So definitely stick around on the adventure. And welcome to the KrazerKrew, everyone. So that is going to be it for me this evening. Again, thank you everybody for stopping by. Spooky Noodle, Ninja, I know you've been by a little, even if you didn't say anything. Ferrari Fire, thank you again for the raid. Everybody that might have been watching me over on YouTube, thank you so much. Make sure that if you can also check me out on the socials down below on X/Twitter at KrazerCap, the Discord there, and then I also have not one but two YouTubes. My old vlog channel still, or VOD channel, excuse me, is still listed there, so go check out that too. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back on Friday around 6:30 to 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time, either for Borderlands or for Final Fantasy XIV. Until then, all, Krazer out.